Hi there, my name is Darren and I'm a student at the University of Manitoba studying nutritional sciences. I enjoy nutrition, cooking, and especially eating. One of the best parts about cooking is sharing it with the ones you love. So today I asked my grandmother to give me a hand in the kitchen. We're going to make vegetarian stuffed pasta shells. Here's a look at the ingredients we're going to be using for this recipe. If you'd like, you can look in the comments section below where I wrote out the full details. This recipe will make about 32 pasta shells while leaving about 6 shells left over. This is okay though, it allows us to use only whole shells while discarding the broken ones. You can begin by setting your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Step 1. Cook the pasta. Fill up a large pot with cold tap water and place it on the stove and bring it to a boil. Once boiled, you want to add the pasta shells until they cook until al dente. If the shells are too soft, they will fall apart more easily, but if they are too stiff, they may be unappealing. Find out what works best for you. Drain the pasta and rinse with cool water. This will stop the cooking process and let the shells be cool enough to handle later on. Step 2. Preparing the stuffing. Empty your 500 grams of thawed packaged spinach into a strainer and using a fork, press out as much of the liquid as you can. If the thawed packaged spinach is not pressed, it will cook out in the oven and result in a final product that is watery. We're using frozen spinach because it is a product that keeps longer than fresh spinach and allows for quick meal ideas. Fresh chopped spinach is of course an acceptable substitute. Once pressed, add in the 500 gram container of 1% or fat-free cottage cheese and stir. Add in the Parmesan cheese and 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. If you like, you can also add in a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, or parsley. The joy of cooking is that you can change it to your taste. I'm adding in a sprinkle of pepper to my mix. Step 3. Preparing the sauce. Instead of using a pre-made pasta sauce, we are going to make our own using tomato sauce. Pasta sauces have sugars and salts added to them to make them more appealing, while tomato sauce is, well, just tomatoes. We will add in a 2 tablespoon of Italian seasoning for our own flavor. Step 4. Stuff our shells. I find that the easiest way to fill the shell is to push the two ends together to create a bowl-like noodle, like this. Add about 2 tablespoons of the mix to each shell and place mix side up in a large baking dish. Cover with our homemade sauce and wrap it up in tin foil. We're going to place 1 baking dish of shells into the oven and bake them for 35 minutes. If you prefer, you can divide the shells in 2 and place 1 baking dish into the freezer to cook another day. Cooking larger amounts will be cheaper than cooking 2 smaller dishes separately. 16 shells will feed about 2 to 3 people, while 32 will feed 4 to 6. I'm going to put one of the dishes in the fridge for tomorrow's dinner. Grandma is going to take a break while I prepare the rest of our meal. I'm going to serve this with garlic toast made from whole wheat artesian style bread made from milled flaxseed and oat bran. We're going to use a small amount of non-hydrogenated margarine instead of butter. We're going to top it off with dill wheat, garlic powder, parsley, and Parmesan and broil it until golden brown. We're also going to have a Caesar salad with 2 tablespoons of light Caesar dressing and a dash of Parmesan cheese. Once the 35 minutes is up, remove the pasta from the oven and take off the tin foil. Place half a cup to 1 cup of mozzarella cheese over the pasta and bake it in the oven, uncovered, until the cheese is melted. So here's a few reasons why I like this recipe and meal idea. Number 1. These are common ingredients found in the Canadian household and available at most grocery stores. Number 2. This recipe has few steps with a short ingredient list. It also has little food prep and minimal cooking skills are required. Number 3. This recipe is nutrient rich. It is loaded with vitamin A, vitamin C, iron, and fiber. Number 4. This recipe is low in sodium. We use small amounts of cheese, prepared our own sauce, and added no salt to the recipe. Number 5. It is also fairly low in fat. We used 1% cottage cheese and partly skimmed mozzarella cheese. And finally, number 6. This recipe is affordable. It uses simple, inexpensive ingredients and makes enough for 2 meals. And there it is. Our meal is ready in under an hour. I hope you enjoyed cooking with us today.